Mary Lou Retton, Olympic champion. Mary Lou, we've seen mixed pairs competitions before, but this one is unique, isn't it?
Yes, it is. First of all, we do have a panel of celebrity judges, all who were members of the 1984 Olympic team. And the way this competition is going to be run is the women's and men's performances will be done back to back. And then only one component.
First of all, we have Stacey Gunthorpe, who's paired up with Curtis Holsworth. Stacey trains at the SCATS program in Huntington Beach, California, under Coach Don Peters. And Mary Lou, you had said that Stacey is one of those kind of girls that is right on the bubble, a make it or break it for Seoul.
Yes, she is. Stacey's an inconsistent gymnast. She really hasn't built up her confidence yet, but performs a nice round-off back handspring layout with a full twist vault. She took a step on her landing. I'm sure she's going to concentrate on that for her second vault. Let's watch her body position on this. She has a good pre-flight. The push-off, straight as a needle. And her landing, the one step, I'm sure that's what she's going to be concentrating on for the second one.
As you mentioned, Mary Lou, of course, in gymnastics, top-notch gymnastics, you have to stick the vault. I guess you're very well familiar with nailing the landing when you need to do it. What would you tell Stacey at this point how to stick it?
Well, it looks like she over-rotated that a little bit, stepping back, so I would tell her to block it up a little bit more and really feel for the landing and just absorb it.
All right, let's see if she can do it Mary Lou style.
Oh, she over-twisted that one.
Actually, do you think she was trying an extra half twist, or did she get confused in the air?
It looked like she was going for a 1.5 and just lost. I don't know.
Okay, remember, now there are 8 pairs competing today. You just saw Stacey Gunthorpe. Her teammate is Curtis Holsworth, who will be up next. Then Christy Henrik, Kevin Davis are paired together, Hope Spivey and Dan Hayden. We have Joyce Wilborn and Tom Schlesinger, Sabrina Mar, Mike Wright there. And Joyce Wilborn, as she's getting ready for her vault.
She is a very powerful gymnast. Not only does Joyce go far, but she goes high. It's a good layout Sukahara with a full twist.
You know, Joyce is 17 years old, and she's training right now with Bill and Donna Strauss at the Parkettes program in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Let's take a look one more time at this Sukahara full.
She gets so high, and look at how far away from the horse she is. That shows you what a good vaulter Joyce really is.
Joyce Wilborn out of Passaic, New Jersey. Actually, she's been living in Patterson, recently moved to Allentown. Wilborn and Schlesinger with 9.85. Henrik and Davis at 9.8, and Spivey and Hayden also at 9.8. As we're getting ready for the second half of the first rotation, our next performer is right there. That's Tina Snowden. Now, she's training down at Caroli's Gymnastics Elite in Houston, Texas.
Tina is a newcomer to the scene. Vaulting is not one of her better events, but let's see what she's going to do. A round off back handspring. Layout. Nice landing with a full twist.
Pretty nice, good. Mary Lou. I think she's improved a great deal on vaulting.
She's improved tremendously on vaulting. She had a little form break in the air, but she's doing very well.
Her vault was a little different than the one that you saw Joyce Wilborn do. She's doing a round-off approach, a vault that's called a Yurchenko, named after Natalia Yurchenko from the Soviet Union. Very cleanly done and good stick on the landing.
Yes, it was.
And Lisa Panzironi, who also trains at the Parkettes program, she is greatly improved, Mary Lou.
Oh, tremendously, Bart. I am very impressed at how much better she's done. Oh, she didn't get the proper block off of the horse. She caused her to fall.
She seemed to have good run and good rebound, but what happened?
She didn't have that repulsion off of the horse. You could see on the horse her arms bent. You need to have a straight body, arms and shoulders straight. And the horse just took and absorbed all her power.
Okay, you can see one more time. She does the round up onto the board.
Now watch her arms. They're bent, see? She didn't get the proper, and then she looked for the landing, and she just didn't have enough power to get it over.
And we'll have more of the Las Vegas Sports Festival out of Salt Lake City. Missy is perhaps one of the most elegant gymnasts on the women's team, Mary Lou.
Oh, definitely, Bart. This is her favorite event and by far her best event. You can tell Missy really swings like a European, meaning everything is stretched out and it's long, beautiful toe point. Now that looks like a mistake. She was having trouble with this, and she performs it beautifully.
That's an unusual move, actually, a giant with the wrong grip.
Yes, men are famous for doing that on high bar. Nice Tkachev. Oh.
What happened there, Mary Lou?
She came out of that stalter just a little bit early. She was having trouble with her bar set in warm-ups. Oh, that's got to be disappointing for Missy.
I've always enjoyed Missy's style, but she seems sometimes unaggressive.
I agree with you, yes. You just want to go and shake her up and say, get excited. She's a little mellow.
She needs a little Mary Lou, does she?
Maybe so.
Well, that is definitely going to hurt the team score as you look here once again.
A nice high. Look at how high above the bar she goes on that Takachev.
What happened here now, Mary Lou?
She just opened up too soon. She arched, her head went up. That's for sure a fall.
Yeah, and she got by with the big skill. She made the reverse act easily and then had trouble on one of the more easy elements.
Yes, she did. Made the combination and fell off on something that she, I'm sure, does every day. Oh.
Okay, now, Melissa Marlowe's teammate is out of UCLA.
Doctor routine is what we call it. She has 2 release moves, a nice high ginger over the bar. She's moving very nicely. Getting ready for her dismount, a clear hip circle, giant, and her dismount is very high double flyaway with a perfect landing.
That's Sabrina Mar. Now, you noticed a couple of minor form breaks throughout the exercises on the release moves and in the giant swings, Mary Lou.
Yes, she is. She needs to concentrate a little bit more and work a little bit harder on her form. But let's take a look at the dismount. Look how high above the bar she goes. She just kicks it out and really sticks that landing.
Is with Don Peters right now.
Thanks, Bart. I'm with Coach Don Peters, head coach of the women's gymnastics team for the Olympics 1984 and again in 1988. There's one person missing here in this meet that the world has come to expect a lot of, and that is Christy Phillips. Now, she was proclaimed by Sports Illustrated to be the next Mary Lou. She was the national champion in June, and now we basically haven't heard from her. What is the story? What has happened to Christy Phillips?
Well, I think she's training, she chose, I think, not to do this meet because she's training for the upcoming Olympic trials and championships, etc. I'd assume that that's why she's not here.
But she's sort of a mystery person. I mean, a national champion who hasn't really defended her title at all. We've heard stories about her growing, gaining weight, losing some of her enthusiasm for the sport. Do you know anything about this?
Well, I don't think she's lost any enthusiasm. I mean, she has competed. She competed in the Pan American Games last summer. She competed in the World Championships in the fall. And, you know, in the Olympic year, it's an important year. You have to focus on the Olympic Games. You make that your key. You gear everything towards that. And in her training, that's what she's done. Sometimes it works out for the athletes that they're ready a little bit early and they can do some of the other events leading up to it. Sometimes it's better not to do that. And that's just something that the coach on the spot who's working with the athlete has to kind of decide.
Okay, but she did very badly in the World Championships. She went back to Bella Caroli, then she suddenly left Bella Caroli, went to you for a matter of weeks. Now she's gone back to Bella Caroli. Can you put this all into play? I feel like you're protecting her a little bit. I mean, she's not performing well.
No, you can't say that. You can't say she's not performing well. She hasn't performed.
Well, why not? Why hasn't she been out here for the world to see her?
Because she's obviously getting ready, preparing.
She has a lot of getting ready to do.
Well, I think you're making assumptions that you really can't make.
Well, some people are saying that she doesn't even have a chance, perhaps, of making the Olympic team. And a year ago, she was a national champion.
No, I wouldn't say that she doesn't have a chance of making the Olympic team. I consider her one of the contenders to make the team.
She came to you. She was there, what, a matter of weeks, and then she went back to Bella Caroli.
She was with us for about 3 months.
Why did she go back?
I think she felt that she needed a different kind of a training program than the one we were doing, and I think she felt like she needed more time in the gym, and that was something that again, it's, you know, I don't begrudge her that. She can. I hope she does well, and I hope she gets ready, and I hope she's you know, makes this team.
We certainly do wish Christy Phillips the best in terms of third rotation of the mixed pairs championships. As you can see by the leaderboard here, that Sabrina Mar and Mike Rice, after some outstanding performances on the floor X and the high bar, have moved into the lead with a 29-3. Gunthorpe and Holsworth in second, 29-2-5. Henrik and Davis, 29-2. Now, the next pair up is Hope Spivey and Dan Hayden, and both Hope and Dan have had an excellent day and might move into the lead here with some strong performances on two of their best events, Mary Lou.
I think if anybody can do it, Hope and Dan can. This is Hope's favorite event and one of her best events. She's throwing a couple tumbling passes today that are very, very difficult, and I'm anxious to see if she's going to make them. She's going to be trying to perform a full in back somersault at the end of her routine, so let's look for that and see if she can make it.
Okay, and to the music of Cats, this is Hope Spivey.
Hope shows a lot of expression in her floor routine. A double back layout somersault, solid.
Very easily done, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. To the corner for a second pass. Should be a double back somersault. Fairly easy for Hope. And it was. You know, for as tiny as she is, she can really sky it. She gets her tumbling up there.
There's your coach, Bill Strauss, looking on.
You know, the Parkettes Gymnastics School is one of the powerhouses of the United States gymnastics, and their level of difficulty really has gotten a lot better. They were mostly really famous for their dance technique, but now they're really throwing some difficult and some harder skills. So she's resting up now because I know she's thinking about this full in-back somersault for her finish.
And it's so important to be doing the high-level difficulty if the U.S. team is going to win any medals in Seoul.
Yes, it is. And it is, and a wonderful ending. Wonderful performance.
Hope Spivey does it.
She has got to be happy about that.
Dismounting with a full-in double back is very difficult and is one of the toughest moves being done in the world scene right now.
Oh, absolutely. Take a look at one of her passes. Just get a strong run. Nice high double tuck. Technically, it's perfect.
This is definitely the critical move right here. You can see actually round off back handspring, full twisting double. Used to be a hard move, Mary Lou.
It did. It used to be.
Remember, they need a 9.9 to win. And Mary Lou, with Joyce's explosive tumbling, they just might be able to do it.
Oh, that is the word for her tumbling. Joyce is a crowd pleaser. I just like to just let Joyce perform and not even talk. Starting out with a punch front into a full in back somersault. Nice and high. It's just incredible the power that she really has, the amplitude she gets in her tumbling. Now her dance, she needs a little work on. She's a little sloppy in form and on her ballet, but that comes with maturity and that comes with experience also.
She used to have a very weak tumbling run here, just a double twist, but she's beefed up the difficulty here.
That's correct. She used to do a very easy tumbling pass, and she's upgraded that.
Double full through to another double full.
And again, this is a competition to throw it in, to try it out in. And as Hope, I think Joyce is going to end with a full in back somersault. But Joyce has performed that before, so I don't think she'll have any problem with it.
Joyce was the only medal winner in the Goodwill Games last year as she won a bronze on vaulting, the only medal winner from the Western world.
A little low of the landing, but she pulls it around, and she is smiling about that. I think what Joyce was thinking is she wanted to do her best so that her and Tom can really win the competition.
She definitely picked her best event to finish on.
I think so. That's part of
beautiful.
the strategy of it. Pick your strongest event and finish strong. Nice high, full in back somersault. She is incredible.
Nothing to it, right, Joyce? Floor and rings. and I don't believe they've done it. It looks to me like our champions are going to be Hope Spivey and Dan Hayden. Wilborn and Schlesinger are in second with 29.3.